Hey guys, how's it going out there? Gordon here with Guardians of Freedom. Thanks for coming back and checking out this next video, which I'm running this whole series on, which will be on some of the roadblocks that we're facing as a movement, the freedom movement. And you know, in the last video I kind of explained why I'm putting this series together. And it's not to knock on people, it's really to, I guess, give a proper wake-up call to the guys out there involved in the freedom movement, because we're getting so deep in, and we're at crunch time really now, and I can still see people trying the same things over and over that we've been warning about for a year isn't going to do anything. I'm actually out there now putting this video out there, and you know, it's coming from a good place. I'm really not there to knock on anyone, you know, but you know, we need to start thinking properly. We need to start being a bit smarter, understanding who we're dealing with and how we need to be dealing with them. Okay, so I've got another video that will come out shortly on who's behind it, how they operate, what they're up to, and why they're doing what they're doing, and that'll sort of underpin all of our strategies, our action plan. It's all based on that. Okay, so yeah, so you've got to understand who you're dealing with in order to create the right action plan. That's pretty much, you know, what you've got to do in any situation. Okay, now I guess the third topic I'm going to cover today on wishful thinking is going to be around legal action. Okay, so this is again something that's sort of been getting to me. It's a bit frustrating, and we're this far in, and you know, we've got I know we've got some pretty awesome members on our team now, but I can recall one particular member who was really hesitant on joining us because of her belief that legal action is what's required. And my belief has always been that the people behind this don't care about legal action, because the reality is, and this is fact, they own the legal system. Okay, so when we talk about legal action, they own that, and they flush it out. They have flushed it out extremely well, and they can just throw your case out the window whenever they feel like. This is the reality when it comes to legal action, and they've set everything up very well. So for example, the laws have already been put into place several years before this COVID scam has come about, and they're using those laws. They've set it up very well. Okay, the Biosecurity Act is the main law that they're going to run off, and then every state in Australia has their own legislation, but the same applies to every country around the world. Every country around the world magically implemented some kind of similar Biosecurity Act a few years before COVID came out. Magical, wasn't it? Okay, now the point is really that they have set up their legal system ahead of time to have things organised and prepared so they could back it up. Okay, so for us here in Australia, we've got the Biosecurity Act, and I was quite astounded to hear a particular lawyer out there saying that the Biosecurity Act was going to protect us for people in the freedom movement, and that the Biosecurity Act overrides the state legislation, etc. You know, all I can say is that particular lawyer probably needs to go back to primary school and read the dictionary and start understanding the meaning of words, because if you read the Biosecurity Act, it's pretty evident it's not there to do anything except enable the government to enforce whatever health procedures they deem necessary for public health. It's pretty clear. Okay, it's in the Biosecurity Act. The Biosecurity Act also allows the public health officer to pretty much do whatever they want in the interest of public health. The Biosecurity Act also enables the public health officer to issue orders to remove people from their homes and place them in detention centers, or quarantine facilities. Now that's what you'll find if you actually read the Biosecurity Act. The other thing which really I found astounding is that the word concurrent, it means that they run together. The state legislation and the federal legislation, they run concurrent. It means they run together. It's a pretty simple word. Look it up in your dictionary. It doesn't mean one overrides the other. Okay, and I remember learning that in business law back at uni days. When a law runs concurrently, it means that if this one doesn't cover it, this one will. If it means this one won't, then it means that one will. That's what the word concurrent means. Now, going back to that, essentially they've set everything up very well. Okay, they own the legal system. Okay, they can throw cases out, and we've seen what's happened to some of the lawyers that have come up with legal battles. They just get chucked out. Okay, wishful thinking. Okay, you're dealing with the New World Order. You're not dealing with McDonald's. You're not dealing with some building company that wants to build a apartment next to your house. Okay, you're dealing with the New World Order, right? So again, this is, on one hand, people are out there saying, oh my God, these people it's a tyranny, it's a communist regime, it's dictatorship, it's New World Order, it's evil, it's Illuminati, it's this, that, the other, it's satanic cults and da-da-da. But they think they'll take them to court. Okay, so come on, one or the other. Either you stop saying the first part and you believe in the second part. Well, in that case, you just don't know what's going on. The people behind this are extremely evil. I will put that other video out there, but in a nutshell, we're dealing with the central bank cartels who run everything. Okay, our Prime Minister is simply taking orders. None of the premiers could stop it if they wanted to. Daniel Andrews couldn't stop it if he wanted to. Morrison couldn't stop it if he wanted to. They're taking orders. It's really that simple. That's what we're dealing with out there. Okay, so when you really realize that, then you can pretty clearly see that legal action isn't going to stop them, which is why we've had a clear understanding from the very beginning what's going on, what needs to be done, and legal action was never part of our action plan. What's most concerning is we're that far in and people are still wanting to do legal action to stop things like coercion and mandatory vaccines, and now we've got the vaccine passport, and people are still talking about, well, don't worry, legal action, we're going to do that. Okay, and I know where people are coming from with it, and it's a normal reaction. What I am going to say though is, if you are running a group out there and you are still, well, if you were ever actually pushing these actions, then you shouldn't be running any group, because you don't really know what's going on and you're going to be leading people into doom. Okay, and it's not the right place for you, because you don't know what you're doing. You really don't, and it's getting dangerous now. It's getting to the point that people are, the same people calling people sheep are acting like sheep and following these leaders out there who are bringing them into nowhere really, except getting their jabs, because that's where they're going. If they keep persisting in this sort of never-ending cycle of action that does nothing. Okay, so you got to understand who's behind it first, and then once you understand that, then you can sort of get a clear picture that legal action is not going to stop them. Okay, they're above everything. They're above everything. Okay, Morrison couldn't stop them. So how could they be stopped through our court system if the Prime Minister can't stop them? None of the world leaders can stop this, what's going on now. None of them. Okay, so when you really understand that, then you know the legal action's not going to work. Okay, and again, my concern is we're putting a lot of energy into that instead of things that we could be doing. Like I said, our action plan hasn't changed because we've been on the mark from day one, but we need more people to start properly waking up, start uniting, start working in a synchronized manner, and start working towards the right actions that need to be done. Our action plan is 100% lawful, but it does require some, big actions and big calls from people out there, and we need people to start mustering up the courage, quite simply. So thanks guys for checking the video out. If you're interested, have a look at our website, guardians-of-freedom.com. We're on MeWe, Guardians of Freedom. We're also on Facebook, Guardians of Freedom. If you like the content, please subscribe, share, and also if you have some questions or comments, please hit like. And we are running a video conference. We've changed it from weekly to monthly, so every second Saturday of each month at 10 a.m. And the links are on our Facebook page. So come on in if you've got questions. We'll run through everything in terms of our action plan, etc. on that video conference. Take care out there, guys. Thank you.